What's good, everyone locked in? Big up to everyone in the building. Guys, you already know what time it is, man. It's a chill zone. Time to chop it up, man. Time to speak about all the things that happened yesterday, man. Got a few little bits and pieces to kind of chop up. Before we get going, though, guys, you already know, man. Smash the like on the way in. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And yeah, man, apologies, man. I wanted to run a chill zone a bit earlier in the day, but I had to change it. Something popped up, so I had to go and quickly handle that. And then later we was meant to have the members chill zone, but again couldn't get that done. So we're here now. We're in the middle of the day trying to get trying to please every side of the fan base as possible, man. For the channel. Big up to everyone locked in. As I said, guys, drop your thoughts in the comments. You know what I mean? Let's get interactive. Let's chop it up together, man, and speak about yesterday's game. But get into it. 2-0 Liverpool, Real Madrid. We did the preview, and honestly speaking about, how many times just reading off those results when we played Real Madrid last, 3-0s, 3-1s, 1-0s. It was kind of tough because I'm like, raw, like these guys actually treat us like we're the whipping boys, man. They just treat us like we're just some dead club. You know what I mean? As if we're not 6 times European champions and stuff like that. But the way they treat us, man, sometimes. But it was good to kind of get one over them and absolutely dominate the game yesterday, man. It was really, really good to see how well the boys played. Individual performances, a team performance as well. Tactically, the manager changing stuff with, Bradley becoming a deep line. I don't know what you want to call it, but a deep line runner, deep line play. I don't know what Bradley was doing in that second half, but his position massively changed as well. And just watching the way, there was one moment when he chested the ball down in the middle of, their box. And I'm like, hold on a minute, that's the right back. What is he doing all the way up there? So it was interesting to see what Arne Slot kind of, change and tweaked at halftime. So as I said, team performance, the manager tactically changing stuff, and some individual performances as well. Massive. Big up to everyone locked in. Honesty, love for the love as always, my broski, man, dropping in the, everyone's YouTube channels as well. So if you guys haven't already, please make sure you go and subscribe to the man. Everyone's channel should be linked in my description. If it's not, the list of channels are below as well that you guys can go and click on and go and subscribe there. Big up to Callum as well. At least we've now what last on Chiesa. Chiesa is back, bro. Chiesa is back in team training. So fingers crossed we may maybe see him in a few minutes for Man City, maybe. But it'd be interesting to see what he can now offer to the team as well. I was listening to the press conference as well. Kind of strange that they changed the press conference to today, because I was looking forward to it for tomorrow, because normally that's when I do the preview for Manchester City, or normally Fridays we do the previews for the upcoming weekend game. But it was interesting that they offered to do it this early, so maybe we got some news getting announced tomorrow and they wanted to free up Friday. I don't know. We have to kind of wait and see, man. Big up as well, Rogue in the building. Big up to Mandem. I'm sick of these Arsenal fans, bro. What's the Arsenal fans saying, man? Why are you sick of the Arsenal fans? Arsenal, won their game. Of course, they're going to be happy, bro. We can't, you know what I mean? Don't let them wind you up, man. That's mad. Red for life as well. One of the members of the channel. Big up, broski, and big up ends. The unknown. Liverpool haven't played anyone yet. Hey, you already know what time it is, man. We stick to that always. We haven't played anyone. I don't know. There's no one that we've played. Real Madrid's no one. Chelsea's no one. Arsenal's no one. Villa's no one. Brighton's no one. Leverkusen's no one. Leipzig's no one. The names and the list can continue, man. We haven't played anyone. Long may that continue. Dev lad as well. Been a minute. Hope you're good, ends and the chat. Yeah, been a minute, bro. Hope you've been good, man. Been good. Can't lie, man. Liverpool's winning games of football, man. So happy days for us, man. Bob, Virgil's new deal announced tomorrow. That's what I'm seeing, man. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of people saying it could be tomorrow where, Virgil signs his deal. Another bit of good news as well, innit? I think, after beating Real Madrid, you then saying the captain's now, aligned his allegiance to the football club and this is where he wants to stay going forward. Yeah, and I'm happy. I'm happy with that still. I'll be happy with that if that's what happens. And I think the rest of the guys might fall in line as well. They have too much chess for our team. Laughing like a girl, especially. To be fair, bro, I don't. The only Arsenal fan I say I listen to from a time to time, apart from like Tariq and Matt that you guys have seen on this channel. Northside, I think he's the only one I listen to, and he's just mad banter, but he just jokes, man, and he just says it how it is. There's no delusion there as well when he speaks about Arsenal. But that's what happens in it, because I was looking at AFTV and I saw some of their fans say, it was like a week ago, it might have been Stricto, and I see him saying like, oh yeah, this manager needs to go. I think it was a week or two ago. Oh, this manager needs to go. He's not good enough tactically. He's not there, blah, 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 blah. And then literally within the space of winning 2 games, it's, oh yeah, he's such a good manager. You know, we need to back him now. I'm like, I don't know, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. The space of 2 weeks and winning 2 games, man, you change your opinion on a manager. So literally at this rate, every 2 weeks, depending on the result, these guys are going to change your opinions on the manager. But as I said, there's only, Matt, Tariq, and North. Those are the only 3 Arsenal fans I listen to, if I'll tune in to watch their videos. That's it. Everyone else, I don't really have the time to do that. But a couple of questions, guys, man. I want to know what you guys think in the chat as well. So let's get interactive. What is the best outcome for this season? Because we're in such a good position at the moment. We're top of the Premier League. We're top of the Champions League group. And any questions you guys have, throw them in, and I'll try and star as many and get to them as quickly as I can. But we're top of the Champions League group. We're top of the Premier League group. What is the best outcome for us this season? Because at this rate now, obviously, the league is in our own hands now. If we don't win it, is that, is the bottle emoji going to come out? Is it what we expected to kind of do going into this season? Or is it going, do you know what? We gave everything. Maybe it was a bit too early for the team. What's everyone's kind of thought process on that? Like, what is the best outcome? Because for me, I want to win at least one of the major trophies this season, whether that's the Premier League, whether that's the Champions League, and we put ourselves in the best position going forward. Best position at the moment is being top, being 8 points clear. Potentially by the end of the weekend, we could have extended that lead to maybe 11 points, or 10, depending on what the other results are. We'd kind of have to wait and see. And then in the Champions League group, we're pretty much, qualified into the knockout stage as well. So for me, I want one of the big trophies this season, man. I feel like this squad and this player, as long as we can keep everyone fit and healthy, and everything's going, I feel like, bro, we're in a good position, man. I feel like we're in a good spot to try and win at least one of them. I don't know if the squad can win the quad. I see you putting in the quad there, Bob. I bring Savage in. Big up, Savage.
Big up, bro.
Big up. Just trying to answer this question about what's the best outcome for this team this season. I seen quad getting thrown in the chat, but for me, I just want one of the big trophies, man. I just want either the Premier League or the Champions League, and I could be happy. Is the squad good enough to go and win the quad? Probably, but we need a bit of luck, and the luck means injuries. So, like, obviously now having Kanate and Bradley, there's a toss-up between what's going on with them. But then you're going to get Chiesa back, you're going to get Jota back, you've got Trent back, you're going to get Allison back.
Yeah.
Maybe you could win the quad, but what's your kind of thoughts before I see what these guys are saying?
Yeah, man. I've always had a bit of belief in terms of Liverpool winning the quad. Obviously, it's not backed up by too much because no one's done it. So it's not that easy, and there's been better teams than this Liverpool team that haven't done it. But that doesn't mean we can't. So I think the aim for the team, which I know fans don't always go with it, but that's why I'm glad that the team doesn't think like the fans, because fans will be talking about throwing away certain, like, not at the moment, but when it gets to the cluster, we get through the middle of December and then it starts January and there's FA Cup and the Champions League. You'll start to hear fans talk about throw away one of the tournaments, and that it's not a smart thing to do, because you've got, like, whatever the number is of teams, you've got a chance to win 1 or 4 trophies, or 2 or 4, or 3 or 4, or 4 or 4. So the longer you keep that going, it gives you more of an opportunity. Now, we have been the team that's come the closest to ever doing it in terms of playing the amount of games. We played every game, maximum games.
Yep.
And when it got to the end of that, it didn't feel like we couldn't do it. It's just on the day how you turn up and the circumstances. The Premier League's completely different because that's not on the day. You've got 38 games to get that right. So for me, I predict Liverpool to win the league anyway, but the league probably is sounds harsh, but at the moment, the way the league's going and that, especially after the Man City game, we'll see. But that should be the aim, is the Premier League to win that. And the League Cup, I think if there's anything, the minimum probably should be a double. But I've always been under the opinion that once you get to a final, I don't really put too much pressure on the team. As long as you go out there and play your best. If you lose, whatever, and it's one game, like it's a cup final. The league's different though, because if you lose the league, it's not one game. There's something happens, unless you and the team you're going against literally won every game, and then one game you lost, and I can't get mad on it all. So I think the Premier League and the League Cup at the moment, because the League Cup's the first trophy you can win. So it's in February, the beginning.
That's where the first. That's where you get the first. You know, you kind of. You get your first taste of like, right, okay, we're successful, but to a you know, not the majors yet, but we're successful so far this season. And then now that could either give you the push on or the kick on to go, right, where are we now in the league? Where are we in the Champions League? What's going on with the FA Cup?
Yeah. And I know that some people disagree, so there's no facts behind whether it gives you the impetus to go on by winning. But we can only go off what they've said and what nearly every one of them I've heard them say, from Guardiola to Klopp to Ferguson and all that, is it gives, especially if your team's not used to winning. So like at this point, Man City winning the League Cup wouldn't spur them on to win the Premier League because they win it every year, and the Premier. We don't, and yeah, it's winning mentality, but we got a new manager who's never won anything in this league, so yeah, I mean, it might change his opinion on certain things. I'm sure he knows how good the team is, but he's also pretty realistic, and he knows that if Man City can have injuries in this, I mean, obviously we've had injuries all season. I know that, but if one of Man City's main players or a couple of them could be out, and Arsenal's could be out, then clearly that can happen to us as well, innit? So he's not stupid enough to think that, we're definitely going to win. But I'm sure he's open enough to think, of course we can. Why not? Like what? Why not? I don't see the issue. In fact, we look stronger. One thing I know, stronger defensive. We look stronger defensively than we did when we were going for that that time. And in that one, obviously, most people have the opinion that we look tired at the end. But when everyone says that, they're talking about one game though. They are because they're talking about the Real Madrid final. That's one game, bro. Like the reason why they're probably tired before, because they had to chase 14 points from Man City, bro.
We had to try and claw it back. So, but look, we got a different style of play now, don't we? And I feel
we don't have to claw the points back.
Yeah, exactly, bro. The rest of them might be tied because they have to make sure they're near enough perfect.
Bro.
And they could then be like, the legs for them could fall off near the end, and we're like, let's now kick into gear to now extend whatever we've now got. But just to kind of look at what some of the guys are saying in the chat, like Rogue saying, I want the double. Nah, I hear it. Quad from Bob. I hear it, man. Everyone wants the big, you know what I mean? Something that's never been done before.
It's a weird feeling on it because I don't know how everyone feels, but there's been recently just looking at the details, but I'm sure like every Liverpool fan when the season starts wants every trophy available in it. Because if not, then you're basically telling me that you're happy for Liverpool to lose at some point. But I'm not, bro. I'm never happy for Liverpool to lose, bro.
Not really, bro. Because you can see for me personally, I can only base it off what I see people say.
Yeah.
So at the start of the season, everyone would do a prediction and be like, okay, where do you think? And then we already, from like the factual evidence we've had from previous seasons, so the data is there to go. Most people, if not some, will say, I'll rather throw this, and this away because we're better off if we can throw them away, we can win the Premier League. So like let's get knocked out early in the FA Cup. Who cares? Let's get knocked out early in the Carabao Cup because I want to go and win the Premier League.
Yeah.
So we know based off of the data, most people don't want us to win every game. We will rather throw games away to go and win the Premier League or the Champions League, which is mad.
Yeah, it's strange because that means that the opinion's almost that our team can just pick and choose when to win. That's not a thing, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
I heard people saying that before the Real Madrid game. You heard it as well. Everyone was saying, I don't care about the Real Madrid game. Lose that. I just want to beat Man City.
Yeah, and I was like that.
What did I say? I said, do you think you can just choose to lose to Real Madrid and then beat Man City on the weekend? Bruv, we can't even guarantee at the moment that we're going to beat Man City. We can be confident, and
of course.
So I'm much more confident after beating Real Madrid than if we had lost. Can you imagine if we got smoked yesterday by some half-strength Real Madrid squad, and then he was like, "Oh, don't worry about that though, because we're fine in the Champions League, but we'll just beat Man City in the weekend." Man City would have smelled blood, bruv.
Yeah, they were like, "Hold on a minute, there's some weakness there." At the moment, obviously, there's always going to be weakness, isn't it? All right, let me read it, and before I give you my answer to that one, I want the double and the double Prem and Champions League from Honesty. I hear it, blood. The big stuff, man. I hear it, man. We want to win. Who else answered? Big up to ACDC in the building as well. Big up, guys. Liverpool. Big up to you, man. Lee, I ain't seen Lee in a minute, bro. All right, big up, man. Hope you're good as well. Honestly, I'll start that question and I'll get to that. I can't lie, man. Said I want the Premier League and the Champions League. Jeff in the building. Champions League, Prem first. I hear it. Steve in the building. I want them all. You want all of them as well. Now I hear it. Look, I won every trophy as well, man. But as I said in it, it's just one of those ones. I'm more like I just want the Premier League.
I know.
I want all of them, but if I had to choose,
it's the trophy that we win less frequent than every other trophy.
Yeah,
that's not an opinion because we've won it once while I've been alive, bro. So it's not an opinion. Whereas we just won the League Cup, and then before that we just won the League Cup again and the FA Cup. So the Champions League and the Prem I don't think anyone expects the Champions League to be frequent. It's only Real Madrid who win the Champions League frequent, bro. And even that's only been since remember, we know that's not been like that the whole time we've been alive. To the newer football fans, they believe that Real Madrid's been dominating the Champions League forever. That, bro, there was a drought, bro. After that Zidane volley everyone talks about, there was a drought for ages until Ronaldo that turned up. the reason why it looks like they win all the time is because once it got to like 2014 times and that, they just dominated. Like they don't
dominate. It was like 5 or 6, bro.
Takes your numbers up very quick, innit? So within like 5 years or 6 years, they'd won 4 of them. That's unheard of. But they don't dominate, so no one expects that. Whereas the Prem, it's the bread and butter in it. It's local. You have 38 chances to get it right every week, innit? So whoever gets that definitely deserves it. So I think that's why everyone feels like, even though we sing "We are the champions of Europe," and we take that moniker and we love it, and then you go and win the Club World Cup and you're the best in the world. Deep down, I think everyone believes that you win the Prem, you're the best, just because it's a knockout game in it. Champions League, you can lose to bro. If Sparta Prague get through, you could lose to them on a one-off game and you'll be out. You can't lose to
red card. Yeah,
exactly. But if you lose to Nottingham in the league, like we have already, but you can still go and win the league.
Do you know it's so crazy? And I know we could say that about every team in the Prem so far, yeah. But I'm looking at just particularly that Forest game at home, and I'm just like, bro, that's an extra 3 points, man. That could have put us like it's not a guaranteed game, but it's a winnable game, and I think that's why Slot keeps going back to it.
I get it, man. I mean, the only benefit you can use, you can choose to do it, but you could easily say, which is not a fact, but to make everyone feel better is, okay, but you didn't expect Arsenal and Man City to drop them points there, innit? So let's take that's the equalizer. We lost to Nottingham, but Man City went and lost this game and Arsenal and that. So it's the equalizer, so it don't matter anymore. I've always said this to you, innit? That once you've still got the ability to win the league, Nottingham literally doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, it's gone now.
I'm not trying to hit. If we don't win the league from this point on, there's no point anyone bringing up the Nottingham game, because after we've already lost to Nottingham, we are how many points are ahead at the top now?
9.
Okay, so we were 9 points.
8 because City,
Okay, so Nottingham literally and mathematics doesn't matter at the moment.
No,
because if we win every game from this point, and everyone else and Man City do and Arsenal do, which is impossible because they have to play us. They can't win the league. So when everyone wants to do this draw, I get why Slot does it, but it keeps him grounded in it. I think, in fact, it's probably benefited him, because I think it was a bit of a shock to the system where everyone says this is the best league in the world. Whatever. Then he comes and then loses to supposedly one of the worst teams, although they're having a great season. That is a shock to the system. So and he's like, oh, you know what? Let me regroup, because we struggled against Ipswich in the first half and then lost to this Nottingham team. Maybe I have to just sit back and go, oh, okay, maybe. And then all of a sudden, regroups. We look stronger. And I say it again, bruv. We don't. Yes, yesterday we look great. Leverkusen, we look great. We don't look close to our best. No. Everyone forgetting what game we played before Real Madrid. The stinkiest of Southampton games.
Yeah, bro.
I'm gonna ask, man, who looked more dangerous, bro? Lallana and that giant or Mbappe, bro? You see what I'm saying? Like, football doesn't work out how it's supposed to, bro.
It's not played on paper, is it? It's on the pitch, bro.
I would rather go against Mbappe than Armstrong at this point, bro.
Yeah, because Armstrong was just bro. He was just running, bro.
So that's how it is,
okay,
man.
stop. Is that partly because we go, no games is a guaranteed, or is it psychologically the players drop off? Because I feel like for me personally, you can tell, like, there's games when the man are like, we're only playing these guys, man, they're bottom, or they're just like, they've lost 4, so in your mind they're like, we can go and win. But in the other changing room, they're like, yeah, we don't have nothing to lose here, boys. We've already lost them 5. Let's go out there and give them the best game they've probably had.
Yeah.
But the team that's been on the high, psychologically, they drop off. They go, yeah, we're just going to win this anyway, aren't we? So you drop off 5 to 10%. And I think that's what happened against Southampton.
I think you're right, but I'll just preface it by saying I don't think it's a conscious thing, though. So you know how, like, I don't think even if between each other, like the ones who are close to each other, I don't think they WhatsApp each other like, yeah, man, Southampton, we should beat these bums still. But I don't think it's that. I think that just who are the better players, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you step up against Southampton, no disrespect, I mean this, but they are normal people, innit? Southampton players and Liverpool players, that just as men. Do you think that Salah knows the name of every Southampton player?
I doubt it.
He don't know. He doesn't know who Smallbone and Dibbling and all them man is, bro. So when you get on the pitch, I know about Diaz and Carl Walker and that. These man, and I've seen they're terrible. I'm not watching their game against Man City because while they're playing Man City, I'm playing, bro. So I might well watch match of the day for the highlights. So for them, it's like, well, clearly you're a lesser team than us because look at the table, innit? And I think that's what happens. And obviously they came back from international break as well. And I feel like when you're at the elite level and the best, you do feel the bit of entitlement to go, I should be able to have like an 80% game today and win. Cause I'm tired, bro.
The entitlement, having an 80% game.
Yeah, because like in boxing, say like Tyson Fury's gonna fight Usyk soon, innit?
Yeah.
But what they normally do in between a fight, they give you a tune-up fight, innit?
Yeah.
The reason why it's called a tune-up fight is because no one expects you to lose it. It's a bomb you fight again. You remember when Anthony Joshua Ruiz, bro, and then he got smacked.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yo, I thought he was just a fat dude. I don't even know who he is.
Nah, he's
and
a
then you saw what happened after. He said, "Oh, you know what? All right, let me regroup, come back, and then he boxed him around the boxing ring, just like with Nottingham. If we played Nottingham again straight away, we would have just smoked him, bro. Because like, yo, he didn't give me too much in the game, which Nottingham didn't. Let's be honest. I know we played. That's not even our worst game we played, bro.
Nah, we actually created enough chances to win that game. We just
Nottingham looked good for 15 minutes in the game.
Yeah, they just created it. Bro, the worst game was probably the Wolves one. That one, I don't even know how we got out there with the point. Even though Wolves were like, they didn't hardly have anything on target, but like they actually was carving us, bro. They were running through midfield.
Oh, bro, my worst game. Okay, so my point valid on it because Nottingham are doing better this season, but based on how they finished last season, they just escaped relegation in it. And Southampton and Wolves have both been bottom of the table, so you see the pattern. It's all of those teams that seem they're ones that Chelsea didn't bop us off the park.
No.
Man, you didn't bop us off the park. Arsenal were better than us in the first half, but so it's not them teams, isn't it? So I guess it's a natural thing. I'm never too mad at them for it. Like I don't think it's every player, but some players look towards their leaders to go, you know what I mean? Give us the impetus in this game. But if you look towards your leader and he's relaxed, and I don't mean the actual captain, I mean everyone around the pitch. Yeah, I mean, you kind of follow that, innit? And then it's one of those ones, bro. But at the moment, bro, for Liverpool to be the best team in Europe, which, let's be honest, if you're the best team in Europe, you're the best team in the world, innit? Because no one, bro, yeah, I mean.
He's not respecting the South American.
I'm not, bro.
I'm not
going to see Fluminense with 2 at the back and then the rest of the team attacking. I hear it still. Like, I enjoy it within that league, bro. But come on, bro. So yeah, I mean, so because of that, if we're the best, and I believe truly, I think if everyone's honest with themselves, they may feel the same. We haven't even got to the levels, bro.
Yeah, listening to what like the final fans, I can't remember, I just saw it online, and they were just like, I don't know if it was a survey, whatever it may be, just in interview, it was just like, you guys don't even know what Arne Slot's about to do with you guys, like what type of team we're gonna become. because you just see it, and it's the, do you know, for me, Sav, it's the tactical part, man. Even that tweet yesterday, I was saying at the start of the stream, right? And I said in your watch long, I don't know when I messaged you it was when he weren't even when he headed the ball, bro. It was when
I know it wasn't because you put
the ball down to Nunes, and I was like, who are you ahead of the striker? Why are you in the center? I didn't, and then after that, I started seeing him making runs. I'm like, all right, so we know that right now.
I think people use like the word brave in that football. I don't think it's a sense of bravery, but I think it's a belief in his players in it. Because the easiest thing to do would to see that gap and go, nah, but Bradley, it's still Real Madrid. Like I don't want you to do that. He said, nah, fuck that, blood. Who cares, innit? Who cares, man? Go and express yourself. I believe in you. And for however long Bradley was in that position, bro. Amazing. Which is crazy because, and I'm the reason why I'm not calling people out because I don't remember the names in it, but you can go to everyone's Twitter page and go and see what everyone said about Bradley after the Southampton game, bro. The disrespect. Oh, this is why he can't take over this spot. And then a couple of days after,
he locks up one of the best ballers on the planet, bro.
Bruv.
One of the
when I saw the header before, bruv, I was like, that was Bradley. I had to look at the back of his top to see the number. That's what happened. I was like, what the fuck? Why are you there, bro? But also great. But why are you there, bro? 2 minutes later, bruv, 1-2 goal. I said, okay. I said,
but that, you know, these are the things that you look at and you go, raw, like our manager is so sound, bro. Like he's just watching the game. He's seeing it in a code. I don't know, ones and zeros. I don't know, bro, because just watching the game from an outlook, and I didn't even see that going. You know what? Let's move him in there, you know, because we move him up there, make those late runs, and we don't really need a right back because, you know, Kanate's got, you know, Mbappe in the pocket anyway, so who cares? That will free up the midfield, and we'll create more chances. Like, just to go in and just do that, I'm just like, all right, he's got this. He knows what he's doing, bro. And I feel like not only are we doing the in-game adjustments, we're not waiting till halftime, we're doing it even if at the start, bro, if it's not working, he's going, all right, let's change this in the first 5 minutes because it's ain't working. I don't know, man. And as I said, I remember the stream we did, and I said that the problem is that everyone has right now is the fact that we've only played each of these teams once. And that's a problem for the other teams. They could look at it and go, okay, we can figure out what he's going to do. But that's a problem because now we know there's a formula that can beat you. And if he has to tweak it to even be better, that's going to be the issues for all the other teams. We haven't played Spurs yet. We haven't played City yet. So that's going to be, you know what I mean? We haven't played them to see.
We played no one yet. It's funny, isn't it?
We still haven't played no one yet.
No,
we can't buy that.
No, let's just run that till we win the league, bro. We played no one, because
fair enough.
Yeah, he's doing the right thing, man, and I think he's also capitalizing on the fact that he's not been around long enough for people to even figure out what his style is, and every manager has that period. They're allowed to have it. You're not going to be, by the time you figure out what Slot's trying to do, bro, the trophies will be back at Anfield, bro. So good luck with that, man. And I'm happy about it. I can't wait, bro. I can't
wait. Let's go on to this one here, man. Who was the standout for you in the Madrid game? You know, if you had to pick one player who's like, okay, that was cold still. I like what you did in that game. Who was the standout? Guys in the chat as well. You know what I mean? Let's interact. Let's see who you guys think. Just pick a player. What for you that you think, this was the making, or you already knew this anyway, but you just wanted to play on the big stage to show the rest of the guys that don't believe in this type of player or this player.
The obvious one would be Bradley, but I feel like most people love Bradley anyway. I think Curtis.
That's who I had in my mind as well, you know.
Yeah. Obviously, CEO of the CJ Defense League and that, but it's not for that reason, bro. I just think he looked like he belonged in it. You're amongst like some of the best players in the world already in your own team, and then you come in against the Champions League holders, and you look like if they slot you in that team, you could play there too, bro. He was mad comfy, bro. And I feel like he had to make an adjustment in the game because the reason why he stands out because he didn't start incredible. Like I did see that. Like remember, Modric is not that young anymore,
No. He's not the Modric of old, is he?
And they had it right with him and Camavinga at the beginning, and I saw that Modric was doing what no one expected him to do. They were expecting him to sit there like Cruz and not run. Now he was running, bruv. And then when he got the ball, he just started driving past people. And I saw one part where I noticed that Curtis's game changed. He thought it was going to be easy to just take the ball off Modric, and
Yeah.
He almost fell over, bruv. Like, he tried to grab onto his shoulder. And it's like, yeah, he must have realized, like, yo, how is this man just burst past me like that, bruv? That's a dickhead thing. And then I think that him and Gravenberch tried to stop him, and Modric played the ball off. And then from that moment, he adjusted, and then he stepped up a little bit. It was a half a yard quicker. And he just controlled the midfield, bro. Like, obviously not on his own. He was a part of the three of them. I thought three of them together was cold, but as the one person to pick out, I think him, man, he's very assured in what he was doing. It's very professional, bro. It needed that in the game anyway. Not while the game was on. I knew that before the game. When you asked me about the fullbacks, I said discipline is what you need. When you asked me about the midfield, it's just all discipline against these teams, bro, because you could see Creative Whistle like, okay, they were just going to sit back for a bit and try to counter-attack, because I don't think Carlo really had a plan. Like, he's starting to run out of plans when he's losing players on it. So I could see straight away that it weren't going to work. And I told him what Mbappe was going to do, that he can't help it but drift. This is a big holder, so Curtis just took that spot, man. And then I just thought, yeah, the midfield together was great, bro. I loved it, bro.
Let's see what everyone's saying. Dustin said Kelleher for me. That penalty save was the moment. Lee says Bradley for hip. Nah, fair. Cav's gone Bradley. Nah, he was on it, man. Liverpool FC, Connor Bradley as well. AC goes Bradley plus Mac. Well, I say you go Bradley first. Has anyone else thrown any other names in there? But yeah, nah, for real, bro. I think that was the moment for me. Curtis goes, okay, I could mix it with anyone now. If you wanted, okay, we say Real Madrid had a weakened team. That's fine. That's a fair point. But the midfield wasn't as weak. The only one you would say missing from that central midfield, maybe Schuameni. You know.
Yeah. Believe me,
Modric.
Yeah, believe me, weak or not, bro, their team's still better than most people's team. So we didn't play good because they were weak. We played good because we played good.
Yeah, now, because they know someone will be like, oh, Curtis only stood out because blah blah blah. He didn't play against the best midfielders, whatever. But that was Madrid's best midfield, apart from Schuameni probably being added in there. Valverde could have been probably an extra, but obviously he did get a chance to play in there. It's not like he wasn't on the pitch at all. But Curtis stood out, man. He stood up, and bro, just the way he carries the ball, how elegant he is on the ball, man. He protects the ball well. He makes sure he completes the pass. But still, man, people still keep complaining about him, taking long to release the ball. And I'm like, that's probably just his playing style. He's a very
you're
player, isn't it? He's just that's just his playing style. He wants
do you think that at some point
position, like to play that part?
Yeah, go on. You think that at some point, not just Curtis, but surely after you watch somebody over and over again, you just know that they've got a certain style of play. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that I just would not moan about because that's how the person plays. So then it becomes like the reason why you're moaning is due to preference of what you want to see, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see Kane do stepovers, innit? Tottenham fans learned that.
I don't want him to.
Okay, so Tottenham fans learned that when they sent him on loan to Leicester in the first place. So you ever see a Tottenham man go, fucking hell, Kane, like, drop a little skill there? No, bro, because it's not his style.
That's not his style, and that's not what we need you to kind of do in this team.
Yeah, so when you realize that, I'm like, bro, it's cool, man. And he definitely sees stuff that some people don't see, bro. He sees stuff sometimes that I don't see by watching, because sometimes the cameraman has to zoom out to realize what he was going to do. You'll see him like run with the ball, and it looks like he's slowed down the play, and then all of a sudden, like he did the other day with the through ball, bruv. Most people didn't see it, bruv. It looked like he just slowed down and stopped the pace, bruv. So yeah, man.
That's that skill to be able to slow down and see the picture and not get flustered. Some people just don't realize how much of a big thing that is in football, man. Because when you it's so crazy because it's still an outdoor space. It's not like you're confined. You are confined between lines. But when you step foot on a football pitch, you realize, bro, them lines, you treat them like they're walls, bro, and you can't run by them. You can't go over them. So to be able to have that calmness in mind and thinking on the pitch to slow down, find a pass, or just calmly receive it, turn, drop a shoulder, change direction, get it back, play it. but some people just want you to be someone else that you're not, and he's not that type. If he did everything that everyone wants him to be, he would be the complete midfielder in the world right now. If you want him to like just because that's what he's missing from from what you're thinking as a fan. I want him to do this. Then every time, if every player could do everything you want them to do, they'll just be that means there will be no point of having the best players in the world.
Because there's a level, there's a level to football, and they are the elite level at it. Now, this doesn't matter if, don't get me wrong, we've all done this where we look at some players and go, nah, bro, I'm better than him. Like,
yeah, of course, yeah.
Fitness levels is way better than me, but he's dealing a living there. But in general, they are at the highest level they possibly can be at in football. That's not, we know that. So there's already a base level of being a footballer. Everything after that, and then there's following tactics. And once you've done that properly, then it's just preference of what people like. And I don't think people can separate the preference in what they like to what's actually going on the pitch, bro. So the easiest way to explain it, this is kind of funny, but Barcelona, Madrid, isn't it? Not the current Barcelona, Madrid, the old school ones. Both successful. Both have all the best players in the world. Bro, what do you like?
What style do you prefer?
What do you like, bro? Because there's somebody who's going to watch Iniesta and Xavi and go, bro, so you man are just going to keep bopping the ball around. It's boring, bro.
Do you know, I used to, but I knew the reason why we did it. It's just to switch you off psychologically, just to switch you. And as soon as you switch off, that's when we're going to kill you.
But the thing is, because that's just an opinion on what your preference is, you're not wrong if you think it's boring. You're also not right. It's just an opinion on what you prefer in that space, isn't it? And then you go to Real Madrid and they're like, hey, they're moving the ball. They seem a bit more forward thinking and that. I'm like, yeah, but then they're not going to pass the ball. Man, they're just going to shoot from outside the box and that, not score these screamers. I'm like, well, it's what you like, isn't it? Also, you're not wrong. You're not right either. Because guess what? Both teams were successful. Some people didn't like Mourinho's Chelsea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Conte's Chelsea. Remember when he started the season rubbish and then he won the league because he just started winning every game 1-0 with Costa.
Because he just figured it out and he just made a formula and then he just stuck by his formula. But big up to JJ in the chat as well. Says, but man, we're complaining when Hendo was moving it like a hot potato. But that's what they want Curtis to do, bro. They want him to just get it and give it. They don't even want him to like slow it down, tempo, play it, receive it. As I said, man, if the manager had a problem with how the players are playing, he will take them off, bro. No manager out here is going to have a problem with a player not listening to what they want them to do and still play them.
Exactly. Because
that don't make no sense, bro. Like, if I'm not going to go into it, but
you messes up everything that you're doing.
Exactly.
That one player, like people think, like, you know, when we come off go, everyone had a great game or this was a great performance and stuff like that, like at the elite level. The chances of somebody being able to be shit within that is very hard, bro. Unless you're like a striker. Say a striker, innit? Because everyone else can still score on the pitch, innit? So maybe a striker can have a terrible game and everyone else can have a good game. And we can say someone like, if you're in midfield or you're centre-back or full-back, that's not happening, bro. You think your goalkeeper can have a terrible game and you still win the game? That means, man, I'm going to have to score 5 goals, bro. And you're right. So that means you're a shit manager because you watched him have a terrible game. You kept conceding and you kept him on the pitch. And
then in the next game you ran it back and he did the exact same thing. And then the next game you ran it back again. And at one point, as a manager, you're going to be like, bro, like one game is not enough to define a player. I never think that. I don't even think 10 games is. I think longevity. Yeah. But if we're just going over a small sample size and we're going over 10 games and the manager goes, the first game, bro, you didn't do what I asked you to do. Cool. There's different factors in that. Could be fitness levels, could just be tactically. He's not up to date in terms of what he needs to do. That's fine. Game 2, I need to see a bit of improvement because now we spent the whole week helping you with the things that you're weak at. Game 2, we see a bit of improvement. Or we don't see nothing at all. And then game 3, we don't see, bro, get off the pitch. There's no point. Get off the pitch.
Exactly, because we're at the highest level, bro. It's the highest level in football, bro. I've always thought that in coaching, bro. You need to get something across. Check yourself. Check the player. Check the environment. If all them things, 3 things are fine, and he ain't listening, get him off the pitch, bro. Because he's just an idiot. He's just an idiot, bro. So, listen, man. The manager clearly knows what he's doing, innit, bro. It's just one of those ones.
Nah, big up honesty. Man said the man they're smoking in Jamaica. Where Robbie from AFTV said Arsenal would win is more impressive against Sporting than Liverpool. Okay, fair enough. Exactly. See, when you hear that, honestly, you should just switch off, bro. Like, why would you even entertain that? That should have just went over your head, bro.
To be honest, bro, that probably shows Arsenal's level if the thing is more impressive.
And the only reason why Sporting is a shit team, bro. Let's be honest. The only reason why there's a bit of hype there is because Amarim beat Man City. So they're thinking, they smoked Man City. And as I said to everyone, if you watch the game, and I did,
Man City
should have been at least 5 goals up in that first half. Minimum, bro.
It's kind of embarrassing for them to even think that, though, because guess what? Amarim ain't there anymore.
Come on, man.
So if anything, of course you should have beat them. Their new managers had them for a week, bruv. What are you talking about, bruv? You saw what Amarim was like at Ipswich, bruv. They've only been there a week, 2 training sessions and that before the first game. What they're talking about? Listen, the reason why you're right by saying honestly you should have switched off, because anyone who's got arguing with an Arsenal fan over that, just say to them, you know what, you're right, because that's your level, bro. Sporting. So of course it's impressive. That's fine, that's your level. No, because
no,
you know what I'm saying? Do you remember Sporting's last game against Arsenal before that?
They lost.
Yeah. Sporting beat them and my man scored from the halfway line. So it's a big win for them, bro. They couldn't beat Sporting before. Now they beat them. Let them have my man in Marvel, but let him have his fun, bro. Let him have their fun, bro. Sporting and that. Yeah, I seen Gabriel doing the celebration and that, bro.
And Tucker as well.
Yeah, you know what? I hope that affects them signing him, bro. Imagine
the maddest thing. Did you see his response? He said that it's good to see that I have fans.
Bruv, imagine they try and sign him and he says, nah, they're idiots, but they try to take piss out of me, bruv. I go to that team.
Yeah, I don't want to be in this team. I don't want to be in these, man. But listen, man, you take him off in it. Back to original you just take the player off. But clearly they're doing what the manager wants, so that's why they're staying on the football pitch, man. This one stems from Yusuf, to be fair, the McAllister thing, bro, because you're right. He's boring when he's playing in a double pivot. He's boring when he's just sitting down there and just keeping it simple. But as soon as this man moves into an advanced position, man, I feel like the game just changes, bro. The game just changes. What is his best position, bro, for Liverpool?
Yeah. When he's further up the pitch, he looks Argentine, doesn't it? When he's further back, he looks like he's from Paraguay blood. That, bruv. He looks Bolivian, bruv. Because when I get it though, because that's where the preference ring comes in. But along with the preference ring, I don't think he's been very good this season. I think he's been, if I equal out the whole season so far, I think he's been all right. Which for someone of his level, he's won the World Cup, bro. For someone of his level, that all right is not good, bro. So that's what I'm saying there. And I watched him before, bro. Like he was one of my favorite players to watch at Brighton, bro. So like once if he didn't show me what he could do before, and I saw this, I'd be like, all right, then that's his solid, and what he does, basic stuff, solid. Because I already saw.
Chat, let me know as well. What do you guys think as well, man? Let's interact, man.
Exactly, but then when he came on the pitch, all of a sudden, yeah, Gary Medard. I swear this geezer felt like he was 52 forever, bro. But
yeah, he just played in it like every tournament, World Cups. He was just about. It was just.
But yeah, McAllister, bro. Like we speak so. I mean, I can't. How many conversations start the season we had on him and Szoboszlai just swapping?
Yeah, he was like, well, if McAllister is doing this, because we looked at, we did the stats thing, we broke it down. It's like, well, if he's running and he's doing this and making more tackles than him, you might as well put him here and then put him further.
I watched, I was trying to tell my son about this. Like, so I was watching this, we watched Spurs and obviously Man City, Arsenal. At the moment, the way everyone's tactics are, it's a weird one because we're the best team in the league at the moment, so sound like I'm going against it. But just for that number 10 role and that. The way that every team is set up so at the moment is that guy has got when I mean maximum freedom, I'm talking about the reason why Spurs were punching at Man City, because they had Maddison could just do what he wanted, bro.
Yeah, he could be anywhere.
He was the spare man at centre-back. So there was always a man to pass to. He was a spare man in midfield, and at the top of the pitch he was there. I'm like, bro, how can Man City pick him up, bro? If this geezer has zero. Then I watched Odegaard do the same thing for Arsenal. I'm like, okay, how the fuck is this happening? Then I watched Foden do it. Now, obviously, Foden didn't do it good, but he still had and normally it's De Bruyne, innit? Who he starts in the position on the formation and plays where he wants. And I was like, listen, Liverpool with a little bit more discipline though, because Slot is non-negotiable when it comes to the defending side. McAllister's the guy, bruv. He's more. If you had to ask me between our midfield, who's going to play the eye of the needle pass or the little dink ball over the top, or Ross one in the top more frequently out of all of them, it would be McAllister at the top of the list. So why is he that far back? But I get it's still the manager's first season, so he might end up drifting there, innit?
Yeah, it might. And I feel like we've done well with rotating them. I think we've seen Gravenberch a bit further forward. Obviously, Szoboszlai has been the main one, to be fair. But that could be because maybe is he doing the job he wants, or because Harvey was injured. Maybe he had eyes on maybe Harvey rotating with him in that position as well. Which I think, even though McAllister moving there, I think Harvey could still offer you that kind of level of play as well. That intricate play and the little clever little passes, weight of pass and stuff.
He might
like
be a bit more exciting, in fact, because he's so direct, isn't it, Harvey?
Yeah, I think that could probably offer that. So obviously he didn't account for the injury there. And then he probably just look at McAllister and gone like, nah, he's just very good at retaining the ball when he's on it, and he, gets us up the pitch with nice passes as well. So he probably goes, I'll just use him here. Then you've had Curtis. He's tried Curtis in the 10 as well. Curtis has done well.
We did try him, but we did try him by Zubimendi. So we don't know if that meant that Zubimendi would play and McAllister be on the bench, or Zubimendi would play and McAllister be further up the pitch.
Yeah, or it could have been McAllister, Zubimendi, and then Gravenberch on it. But at this point, at that point in the season, we didn't know.
I mean, not in disrespectful way now, but at that time, nobody knew. We know how. I mean, me and you know how good Gravenberch is, but I didn't know in that particular role that he was going to be on top for all these games. So the manager probably didn't either. So when they were trying to get him, they're probably thinking like, Gravenberch has been great these couple of games, but he ain't going to be able to last. So he might have been the one who they thought, okay, we're going to do McAllister and Zubimendi, and then whoever is in the 10. Obviously, it's worked out different, which I'm happy about. It's worked out perfect, hasn't it? But yeah, and I think honestly just said in the chat, he said, is it him or does McAllister seem to have more of a connection with Darwin at the top of the pitch? He does. Brother, I see it every single time. There's a run that Darwin makes as soon as McAllister gets the ball. Whether McAllister plays it or not is a different thing.
We saw that back up last season as well. Last season we saw that.
The dink over the top.
Europa League. Europa League passes. He assisted him a couple of times. The dink over the top. You're right. And there was a few other parts. As soon as Darwin moves, McAllister will just pass it. And I feel like the other players sometimes don't do it. It more because it's a riskier pass. I don't know, but
yeah. But sometimes risk comes with the fact that you just don't believe in yourself. McAllister does, so he'll play it.
He'll play it, innit? Yeah, that's definitely true. And look, McAllister further up the pitch. I feel like every time he plays further up the pitch, he scores.
Bro, he does something, bro.
Yeah, he just scores. Like he's always on the score sheet when he's playing in that advanced role.
I think he can go unnoticed when he's further back. Like I feel like we can get to the end of the game. You start talking about, oh, what do you think of this player and that, and then you nearly skip out McAllister bare times, bro. It's like, well, you clearly done something, but what did you do? Usually all I remember of McAllister in games. By the way, everyone, I love McAllister, bro. Just so far. The way I know that McAllister's playing is a yellow card. That's normally when I know he's on the pitch. Him being angry, bro. Then I'm like, oh, yeah, McAllister.
Red face McAllister.
Yeah, bro. That's probably why he's getting angry, because he don't want to play there, bro.
So just put me further forward. You can see there's a difference in his energy as well, man. Like, you know what he does? He offers up the options at all times when he's playing further forward. I could always see him like he's always the next player on. Like, yeah, I can give it to me. And he should have had 2 yesterday as well. Yeah, I still don't know how he missed it, the second one, because it felt like it was just a simple goal, just to roll it into the corner. Yeah,
I mean, from the view from the back of the goal, he would have had to wrap it around Rudiger, but it's kind of easy.
Yeah, it's not.
It was almost like flat-footed how he did it, but yeah.
Do you know when it was like, oh my days, I can't believe I'm in this place in the box, and you're like, let me just roll, let me just effortlessly try and just put it in the corner instead of just going, nah, let me just shoot as if someone was putting added pressure on me.
He needed Van Persie whipping it, and it would have been a goal, blood.
Yeah, for real. Question: if it was me or when McAllister plays in it, is that the one? Yeah, that one you said, yeah. That dink, he always does it for Darwin. That's true. Always, man. Darwin's always making that mad move. See any other ones in there?
I think I know I spoke about it more yesterday. What did you think about Darwin? I thought he was so good.
Do you know what it is, Sav? I can't. For me now, I just can't be bothered in it because I try and educate people.
There's one part where you lost your head. Listen, we have to speak. We're gonna have to do anger management for ends every now and again, because there's a part in my watch along. You lost your head and no one said anything bad, bruv. I literally was looking through the chat like, bruv, no one said anything bad, bruv. Why is he losing his mind, bruv? Man said, "Fuck you, Darwin Hayes." I said, bro, no one. Not one bit of disrespect came in the chat. I said, nah, he's got like Darwin PTSD and that. It's like he heard stuff from a week ago or something.
That was stored up anger, bro, for no reason. Nah, do you know what it is, bro? Like, I'm tired of just trying to explain stuff, innit? Because I can see, like, I know, and I'm not stupid. Missing chances, I am not crazy to defend any player when you miss chances, innit? That's just stupid. But when we're talking about the high level of football, and I'm telling people, I get you wanting to score goals, and I get it. I understand it. But there is more to the game than you just think, the guy just needs to stand here, and then every time it comes to him, he needs to score. That's not how it works at the top level, bro. There's certain things you have to do within the game. And yesterday, like, when he had the chance, and I say that I used that reluctantly, bro. It wasn't like a mad chance where I'm like, you have to score that. The keeper comes out in front of him, bro. He's stretching to get a toe.
That's why, because I have I'm doing a watch along, and obviously in the moment of everything, there's an initial response where it's like if somebody gives a penalty away, my initial response is that ain't a penalty. Then when I see the replay, I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna lie, that was a foul still. So I get to see. So in the initial response, I'm like, oh, come on, Darwin. And then my phone was like, I don't know if you could say. And then it showed the replay. I'm like, nah. I tell you, one goalkeeper in the world, you don't want coming out. You that close. It's him, bro. Man said, can you imagine an eagle just opening his wings in front of you and trying to kick the ball around it, bro? And he's on the stretch already. All he can do is throw on it and hope that he goes past him, bro.
You'd have to be in that moment, probably just think quick off your feet. Maybe you do the hurricane thing, blood. Just pluck it, maybe knock it to the side, and then shuffle your body. I don't know, blood. I don't know what he could have done in that moment. But
even the thing he said in the moment as well. I'm just so glad my son was next to me because the header, I was about to lose my mind. I was like, there's no way he just tried to score that header. And then when I seen the replay, I'm like, nah, he's literally trying to header that towards Diaz, but which would have been a great header, by the way.
Yeah, you know the one when he went in? He was stretching, but he was moving with that as well, Sab. Like, I'm watching it, people will be like, nah, I should have done. I'm like, but you can see him stretching for it, bro. You can see
all he can do is header. All I was bothered about is tell me he's not trying to header it in the goal from there.
And I swear he hit the post. Didn't he not?
Yeah, but he was trying to he definitely was trying to pass the ball with a bit of curve on it. And it's just unfortunate, isn't it? That's it. That's it. They weren't even a problem. They're the kind of ones that you just get on with the game after that, bro.
Yeah, but, and then the one when he played the little one to him and Mo slot him down the line, and then great shot, by the way, great save on top of that, bro. You're just like, what, like, and his overall game build up, holding the ball up and just linking the play.
It's that same thing what you said before, though, when it like if he had scored and played like that, I'm like, oh, Darwin killed it. I'm like, but what's the difference apart from the goal, blood? Like.
But that's always a thing in it, man. As long as you have to score for people to give you ratings, bro. I feel unless it's like
that one game against the best team, not the best team this season, but the best team overall. Normally, I just think he's like I said to you yesterday. There was no looking shaky in the passing, bro. And I'm on about under transition. Like normally, I'm worried he's going to mess up the pass on the transition, bro. Just
stuck between his feet
and obviously. Obviously, he did it to my guy, but I loved it. He dropped the Cruyff from Bellingham, bruv, and he left. He was looking the other way, bruv.
He goes, yeah, you want it? Yeah, Cruyff.
He dropped the Cruyff. He turned with it, burst through the midfield. The fans went, Nunes, do that. Bro, I said, oh, blood, let me live, bro. Hey, listen, I can't lie. I'm on that, man. Like, that's why, man, they know, bruv, in the watch-alongs of that, bruv. We're trying to vibe, bruv. Man, are trying to drop negativity and that off nothing, blood.
Yeah, man said, he miscontrolled the ball, bro. That's what I heard yesterday about someone.
That's crazy. So. When the game's gone, when that starts bothering, the game is gone if a man miscontrols the ball, and that's it for the game, bro. That's it, bro. The game is gone, bro. The game is gone. That's like saying, oh fuck, he kicked the ball up for a throw-in. Yeah, he's shit, bro.
Goalkeeper parried it because he was under pressure to the court. He's got to parry it, bro. He's under pressure. But yeah, listen. I'm never gonna, miss chances is one side of it, innit? I can't defend that. That's just it is what it is, innit? But I can always see reason, and I feel like people just gone out the wind. They don't want to see reason no more, and that's why one of the agendas on the title, man, it says the agendas needs to stop because, yesterday you were asking very simple questions to the people coming onto the call-in, and I don't want people to feel like, oh, you can't come on and share your opinion here because I feel like everyone's so soft-minded at times when they feel, oh, look, if I just share my opinion, someone's gonna. No, it's not about. You can't share your opinion. It's the fact of if you're going to call in and you're going to say certain things, that's fine. But you have to be able to then you have to be able to be asked questions on top of that, bro. You can't just come on and just randomly say stuff and we don't see it, because at the same time we're trying to get your understanding. So for us to get the understanding, we have to ask questions. You're gonna say, I don't like the player because he did this, or you're not gonna like because he's out of position, and then I go, okay, cool, no problem. Maybe I didn't see this. When was he out of position in your opinion? So I can then go and look back and go, he had a point there. But by not saying nothing,
bare silence in them parts.
Then we're like, are you making this up? Or
and then the response after that is, that's my opinion. I'm like, no, I know that, but we're trying to create a show here, bro. Like I said, if man just want to call in and just talk, bro, then we can run it without any of us, bro. Let AI run it, blood. Like, because the thing is, when I ask the questions calm as well. Man can't act like I don't. I ask it very calm, bro, because I'm not even angry or anything like that. I want to know and I want to create a conversation. And then whatever your opinion is, that doesn't mean that I'm going to agree with it, and you don't have to either, because I'm not mad at anyone. It's whatever you think you saw in it. But when the first thing you mention is like, this person been shit for 4 years, and I'm like, so, okay, we just played Real Madrid today. We're not talking about Real Madrid 2020. You want to talk about what we just saw in that? And then while he was talking, I'm looking at the chat and I'm like, yo, man are lacking comprehension, because they're saying stuff like, you said something and someone was like, come on now, Wenz, man. He's been rubbish for years. And I'm like, the comprehension's gone. He's literally talking about right now, bro.
I'm asking about the game, guys. Listen, if I ask about a player, I'm never asking. I'll make it very clear. I'm talking about in the last 4 years, in his last season, this season. Then you can give me everything compiled data in terms of like from the start of the season till now. But if we're talking about for this game, then it has to be for this game. So tell me in this game why you think he was bad.
What footballer don't you like, Enzo? What footballer do you think is meaty? He doesn't have to be a Liverpool player. Just give me a player that you think.
Declan Rice, I think. I'm not saying I don't like him, but I just think he's an average footballer.
Oh, you know what? Declan Rice is perfect, because I know how you feel about Declan Rice. I've seen when Declan Rice had a good game, and we spoke about the game after. All you said was good things about him.
Yeah.
And that's my point. But in that moment, people in the chat would have been like, you're going too far now, blood. He ain't all that. I'm like, no, he was all that today, though. Like, all today, he was all that. After this, you saw what it was like last year, innit? You know how I felt about Hosselu, innit?
Yeah.
You think I felt like that about Hosselu when he scored 2 goals in 3 minutes, bro?
Nope. Man was said, I heard you on your watch along. Man said, yo, these are the moments where we could have used Hosselu.
Exactly, blood. Exactly. And then when level heads prevail after, and I have a conversation about him and go, I don't really rate him like that as a footballer. Clearly, he's got some kind of talent, but he's not my kind of player. But well done for what you did in this. You'll never be forgotten in it. Like, it's cold, bro. I don't understand why when I'm having a conversation or when you're having a convo about one particular thing, why can't people stop conflating arguments? And what happens is, I think people are trying to make us look stupid, and then it starts to wind me up, because I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm literally listening to you talk in the background constantly, like just saying ad libs and that, like, today's game, but today's game. And I'm like, yo, by bringing another argument in while I'm in the middle of another argument, now I've got 2 arguments to conflate. Now you're going to go, see, Savage, you're wrong. I'm like, I'm not responding to the second thing you said. I'm responding to the first thing you said.
Can we not just stick to the topic?
It's crazy, bro. You had it before. Remember? Okay, I remember you was on, I think you was on Hassam's channel.
Yeah.
You, Jerry. I think it was you, Jerry, came. Basically, it was the show when they were just trying to jump you about Darwin for no reason.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you said something, and then man said, but blah blah blah. Forget last season. We're talking about this season. Like, okay, we're talking about this season. Then man said something like, he ain't scored in 21 games, and I said,
we
still haven't had 21 games this season in the league.
Yeah, we're talking about this, and then because then they tried.
And at that point, he was like 6 games in or something. I'm like, bro, how it? So now, it looks like I'm watching man in the chat, the little pussy holes and that, and they're like, these that are like, yeah, this Ends guy just loves Nunes. I'm like, you that are trying to act like you're beating Ends in this argument, but he's talking about this season on the slot, this new manager, the 6 games in, and you man are trying to bring up stuff from the past, bro. And also within those games, what he mentioned, Darwin was injured. Yeah, I remember he had the problem with his toe, bro.
I said when I tried to, and then I said, right, that's fine. You can tell me you don't like a player based on the style of the player. That's fine. Anyone can, because I don't think he's great, But I'm just like, I try to understand the reasons why he's not doing well.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's great. I don't think he's the guy that's going to lead us to like winning everything, because I feel like we can improve that. And I did say we can buy someone that can go there. But to have 33 goal contributions in a season where you're like, you're shit. I'm like, so if he's shit and he does that, wonder if he was good. What would them numbers look like?
And then what does it make everyone else who's lesser than him?
And that's why I asked, because I said, how can the second best like contributor to the team be worse off than the other guys? It didn't make sense to me. And that's what I was trying to understand from there. And then if you would have said, nah, I just don't like the player, then I'll just say, all right, cool. There's no argument to have here. There's no conversation. You don't like him. I think he's cool. But can we improve? Yes, we can. Of course we can. But that means whatever you now say, I know it comes from a place of not even an understanding or a knowledge point of view. It's just you just don't like the player. So anything you now say, how can I argue against it? Because that's now your opinion. And that's how can I win the battle against your own opinion? That's
what happened. That's what happened yesterday. Because when Paul was speaking, and there's a reason I'm going to take up for him, and I said, very polite, I said, you can't take up for a man that didn't get what he was saying across. Not because he couldn't speak, he didn't have anything to say. So then all you're doing is just predicting what you think he's thinking, but he never said anything, bro. So it doesn't make sense, bro. And then his response was, listen, when you've got an agenda against a player, when you come into a game, and I'm like, that's where I'm sorry, but that's where the conversation stops for me, bro. Because this is my team, bro. If we're talking about Arsenal, Man City, all that, that's obviously, and it's rival fans, in it. So if you have a thing where you're like, where Saka's always limping, and then you start seeing him limping in the game, you start laughing because you're like, this guy's always limping in that. I don't have that about my own team. So why would I? Okay, I need people to realize this, innit? And obviously, everyone, why would I have an agenda against my own players, bro? Because I want them all to do well, bro. All of them, even the ones that I will change, bro. I want them to do well, bro.
See, like Prince here, I can't argue against that. Ends, I think his poor decisions are making he makes and quality of chances he misses. Okay, I can't argue with that. I think
exactly.
There's nothing, but then then we can have a conversation, because I know you're looking at it going, bro, I need you to do better in this. And if you do better here, then we're better as a team. But just to outright say yesterday, oh, Darwin again should have scored, I was shit yesterday. I can't have a conversation with you then.
I'm gonna propose, and it's your channel, blood. I think you should make a show. Maybe not this week. And since Scraps was saying, that's why I said get rid of the calling show. No, because I'm starting to lose my fucking mind, bro. I think you should make a show for fan free for all. Copyright savage, because just so anyone who's listening, pussy holes, blood. Fan free for all. And all you should do is drop the link. Just make the thumbnail and drop the link and let them talk themselves for an hour, bro. And we just sit back. And you don't have to be on screen. All you have to do is be back and let them in and just let them argue amongst themselves and take the views and let them get off, bro. I feel like these virgins need to get it off their chest, bro. So I think they let them argue with each other on it.
Do you know what I might do?
Post the link on Twitter, post it anywhere you want, and for an hour or hour and a half after any game, they can just dive in and speak amongst themselves.
I might even do it before that, even before the game, because I feel like most people have a lot to say. I might actually.
Yeah. But the caveat is you don't talk, blood. We don't want to see your face on the screen, and blood.
Just let them
talk, brother. You can control StreamYard. Just let them talk, blood. Let them talk and argue and all that, and that's it, bro. Because bro, you don't understand, bro. The size of my brain cells are decreasing talking to some man, blood. No, bro, it's horrible, bro. And I feel like people keep telling me that I'm saying shit that I'm not saying. And then so what happens is I watch it back, double check that I never said. I'm like, bruv, I never said it. And this is what it must like to have Alzheimer's, bruv. The manager no, because I can't, bruv.
I didn't say it, man. They're telling me I said it, but now I watched it back and I didn't say it. So, but
then I realize why they said I've said something, because it fits the argument they're trying to have, bro. But I'm like, why are you trying to argue with me about something that I'm not arguing about, bro? It doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense, bro.
Ah, shit. But let's go. Let's move on to the other one, because I think this one here was another conversation. Does Kelleher keep Alisson out of the team now? Because, but I know he won't, though, bro. You know, I think he should, but I know he won't, because as soon as Alisson is fit, he's back in. You already know that, bro. As soon as he's fit, ready to go. This man is back into the team.
No, okay, so two different things in it. Do I think that Alisson should, when he's back, be on the bench for Kelleher? Yes. Do I think he's going to be on the bench? No. Will I be mad? No. Will I be disappointed? Probably not, because Alisson's still Alisson in it. But I do feel like Kelleher's been great, bro. That's
like,
it.
what more does he have to now do to kind of keep a position in this team, bro?
Kelleher.
Yeah, bro, because like he came in the back of last season. He played more than Alisson, didn't he? He played more games than Alisson last season. Even if you said they played half and half, right?
26 games last season.
And I watched, and that's why I asked Quasi yesterday as well, man. And Quasi didn't want to answer it. You know what I mean? He answered it, but I was shocked because you're saying that Alisson, we're disrespecting Alisson and all these things. And then I asked you, do you miss Alisson in goal right now? And you go, no. Then point proven, bro. If you think that he was that good or you don't think Kelleher was that good, then clearly you'd have been like, Raj, I can't wait to get Alisson back in goal. I miss him. Alisson might have to just hold the bench for a little bit, bro. Just to let Kelleher have a proper run. And just to see how good it is, bro.
I agree. And it doesn't mean that. What people need to remember is by Kelleher staying in goal, that doesn't mean that Alisson doesn't play anymore. It just means that Alisson takes the games that Kelleher would have played. Which would mean that now you'd see Alisson in certain. Remember, like Kelleher still has been playing on the club and slot. So, but the difference is he was getting cup games in it. So it just means that when Alisson comes back, he gets the cup games, bro. What's the problem? And you'll still see it. And if we're watching him in the cup games and then he gets injured again in the cup games when you're playing them not even that often, then you know that, like, I don't understand what's the problem with that.
Nah, because I keep seeing, you know what it is? I obviously see the rival fans react to how Kelleher has been playing. And they're like, I can't believe how you guys have got such a good goalkeeper as your second goalkeeper. And when Klopp was saying we've got the second best goalkeeper in the world, it's like everyone kept laughing, innit? But I don't think they're laughing now, bro. I don't think they're laughing now because I don't know what he can't do now.
I will say this, innit? I believe this about Liverpool fans. I don't think, forget Kelleher for a second. I don't think for the rest of Alisson's Liverpool career, if there's no Kelleher, I think everyone would still say Alisson's the best goalkeeper in the world and not even bother focusing on any other goalkeepers and that. Alisson's cold, bro, but it's not like there's not other sick goalkeepers, bro. Like, people are performing in other leagues and that, bro. So Kelleher's just like that, bro, to be honest. If Kelleher played for a different team, nobody would be even comparing him to Alisson. They'll act like he's not good enough. But I saw last season when he was in the Europa League, there was games where man was like, nah, Kelleher won it today. Nah, Kelleher's not it. He can't be blah, blah, blah. This is what we need. Yeah, I mean, he would have been back. What
was the game when I saw?
Chelsea.
No, it was it was last season because I definitely I remember in the game and I thought, nah, Alisson would have saved that as well. What was the one I felt like he should have come off his line a bit quicker? Was it Europa League game?
Atalanta.
I feel like it was last season, weren't this season?
No, it was Atalanta, I think.
Was it Atalanta? And I think he should have come off. I felt like was it the near post one, or maybe even this season against Arsenal with the Saka one. I felt like he stayed on his line for too long when the cut in. Should have probably came in. I'm not a goalkeeper now.
It was Saka.
Yeah, and I was like, nah, you could have come off your line a bit quicker there. You probably could have smothered it. But you staying on your line gave him the whole goal to kind of really could put it far corner or near post. But listen, he doesn't get enough. I say he doesn't get enough game time. Last season he played quite a lot of games, but to kind of get these things out of the way in it, to understand these type of strikers, like, okay, where does he like to put the ball? When does he like? Alisson's had the Liverpool number one for ages. Probably that, bro.
Exactly.
That's probably it. Maybe not coming off his line in the moments where I felt like he could have.
A mistake though. So the one you're talking about wouldn't go down on stats as
more of a preference than anything. Okay. I don't know.
This is my point. What I'm saying, like, someone just said it, and I'm not even arguing with anyone because I love Alisson, bro. Someone just said, I think Liverpool fans are just being emotional when it comes to this because I just asked you that. Someone in the chat tell me what you think Kelleher's the biggest mistake is. The reason why I'm asking is because I can reel off bare Alisson mistakes, bro.
Yeah.
So just by so what? There's not too much to mark goalkeepers on compared to outfield players, bro. They have to stop the ball going in the goal. They have to be commanding in their box. They have to catch the ball. And now in modern days, you have to be good with your feet. He's better than Alisson with his feet, bro.
Allison just has the presence over him now. I think shot stopping Kelleher is there. I think you can see that the team's a lot calmer around him when he's there as well, and that's not a knock on Allison.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at Allison, and the thing that Allison has over anyone right now in the world is that presence, bro. They just know strikers. I don't see strikers miss kicking the ball when it comes to Kelleher yet. And I've seen the strikers that do that with Allison, bro. They just trip over. I'm like, yo, how you tripping over? Just shoot.
The problem is, though, if that's the only thing, Kelleher can't train presence.
He just has to get it by playing.
That just comes from experience of playing, and people going, "Oh, he played in the biggest games," but he's not going to play in the biggest game, because if we got to the Champions League this season and Allison's fit, he's probably going to... Actually, let me not say that, because I don't know what Slot will do. That's not fair yet. But from based off what we normally know, if we was in the Champions League final now, Allison would play. If it was in whatever final, and then the Carabao Cup and FA Cup, he might play. But hasn't Kelleher played more games in the Champions League this season? Or all of them? He's played all of them, man.
I can't even remember Allison playing in any of the Champions League.
This is my point. So, like, if we continue with this, he's the reason, one of the reasons, the biggest reason why we get there. And then we're going to treat him like Lucas Moura, bruv, and kick him out the squad.
Let's take him out before he gets the opportunity to play, bruv, to prove. I don't know, man. It's just one of those ones. I think it's a good problem to have. But obviously, what we expect is Allison to go back in goal as soon as he's fit. I can't see the manager going, yeah, Allison, you're going to sit on the bench. I'm speaking out of terms as if I know the guy. He'll probably might there. Nah, man, Allison, you might have to. You know what I mean? We're cool with what we got at the moment. But I don't know. But as I said, I think the only thing at the moment Kelleher doesn't have is the presence. But that comes from games. I
do believe as well that, like, I think that Kelleher's got better because of Allison as well. That's the goalkeeper. The group's trained together, isn't it? So it's only natural, and that's it. That is what you want from players, though, isn't it? This progression. It's the master and the apprentice, bro. It's Obi-Wan and Anakin. But like, what? That's what you want from. You want the guy who's the second in command to end up being the better one. I'm sure that's what I want anyway, bro. I don't know how it is, bro.
We've always been in a position where we never had these type of goalkeepers, man. It's so jokes because before we used to be like, if the one that we thought was shaky anyway gets injured, we're like, who is the next guy? We didn't even trust the number one. But now, if Allison does come back and we're like, okay, calm, whatever. If that's what the manager wants to do, cool. But then even if he gets injured again, we're like, Kelleher's there. Even Yaros, bro. We're like, all right, cool, we got that. Man.
Yeah, I think we're at that weird position now because I think Prince just said, like, Allison's just better, full stop. Two things can be true, innit? Because form is the most important thing in football, not who's better. It just is, bro. Do you think Bob is better than Ja?
Firmino?
Yeah.
As a footballer, yes. All
right. This is my point, bro. But there was a point when everyone was like, play Ja, bro, because Firmino's legs slowing down.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't mean... And if you ask me now, I still think... I'm always going to say Bob is a better footballer than Ja for the rest of my life.
He is, man. Mandem already says it. The squad already stamped it.
Do you think Mane is better than Diaz?
Yeah, Mane is mad, bro.
Okay, but you wanted him off the left wing, innit?
Because man was, he was acting up like
this is my point. Nah, Prince, I get what you're saying. You don't take it too literally. I'm trying to prove a point here. I think everyone in the chat thinks Mane is better than Diaz. And I think because of Diaz's age, he's never going to be Mane's level. It's fine. Mane was second in the Ballon d'Or levels, bro. But when Diaz came, everyone wanted Mane to move, blood, because he started stinking up the place, bro. That doesn't mean he's not better. It just means he's not better right now. And that's what it is with... It's different with Allison and Kelleher because Allison's done nothing wrong apart from he's injured. But that's not our fault, bro. Emotions or not. And it's not Kelleher's fault either, bro.
And if Kelleher's doing well, he should be able to find it.
It wasn't Kwanzaa's fault when Matip got injured, but he took the spot. We all know Matip's better than Kwanzaa, bro. But everyone said play him. In fact, when the last season finished going into this season, everyone said Kanate can hold bench for Kwanzaa, bro. Yeah. Everyone said that. Because form, he's better right now. Did any other... I mean, some of you probably did. Anyone think that Kanate is better than... We all know Kanate is better than Kwanzaa, bro.
Yeah.
Now, man, I'm talking about it being the best centre-back partnership in the world. But 6 months ago, it was play Kwanzaa, blood. You know what I mean? I think Slot kept him out of the squad for a reason still. Keep him away from the But... a little punishment and that, I mean, but I hear it still.
Kwanzaa. But do you know, even obviously we've got the preview tomorrow, man. So it'll be interesting to to see who he does go with for that one as well in terms of that particular game. I've got one more question, man. I think this one's not a tough one. I think it's an easy one. If Slot wins nothing this season, will this still be a good season? So if he ends up with nothing at this point now, so from this point on, and he ends up with like no trophies, will you still think it's a good season or not?
Is he gonna get Champions League? But did you still get Champions League football?
Yeah, let's say yeah. I think at this stage now, I can't see why we wouldn't.
I think if I'm being logical, then I'd say no. Actually, no, it's not a good season. It's not.
So this is okay. So the reason why I asked that, because I now at this stage now, this is where I'm saying like most Liverpool fans will see this as a failure of a season if we don't win nothing.
You know why I said no? Because if we fell from this point on not winning anything, we're just Spurs, bro.
Fuck's sake! No, I don't want that attached to us.
No, but because I'm yeah, I chose Spurs because Postecoglou came in playing great football. In fact, the football might have been more exciting than how Liverpool played. Exciting anyway. And then Son and Thingy got injured. Son and Maddison got injured. They fell off a cliff, bro. So for me, it's just like I can be logical and go, now we played some good football though. Like there was parts in the season where I can be optimistic going forward. It means that I wouldn't want him to lose his job. That's what he wins. He wins that I want him to keep his job because I believe in him enough to go, nah, there were signs where, we were doing this. But if he fails from this point, then he's Nunes in it? Is my man at Nottingham? That's Nottingham's doing well too, blood.
No Spirito, blood.
Yeah, bro, he's Brighton.
Right. Let's see what Robert says. No. Dustin says too early. Alexander says still too early. But as I said, it's from this point. If you're 8 points clear at the top, potentially win on the weekend, you're 11 points clear. Yeah, you're already qualified into the next round in the Champions League. You've beaten the holders. You know what I mean? You've kind of dusted off the unbeaten champions from the Bundesliga. You know what I mean? We're dusting off some teams, bro. So is it too early to say? Because
it can't be early because you're just on a hypothetical for the whole season. Isn't it?
Yeah, for the whole season.
Everyone who said it's too early, get off the fence and answer the question, blood.
Yeah.
He said from this point on,
I respect it. He says no, and it won't be a good season. No,
it won't be a good season.
Prince says no as well. Man said I'll actually lose love of football.
He'll give me Aston Villa vibes, man. But the difference with Aston Villa is they're not expected, innit? He's been left with a good team, a really good team. A team, and I don't want to do this, but he's left with a team that can win trophies or a trophy. You know why? Because they won one last season, bro. So that's the levels, isn't it? The level is at least a cup.
Yeah.
In fact, let me say this: at least a final, bro. That's what I'll say. As I said, I'm a bit lenient when it comes to like anything can happen in a final, bro. Like ref could fuck us up, someone gets a penalty, they win 1-0. But he can't be not getting to a final like the way this season's going. Then it's just stinky, bro.
Liverpool FC says, well, it's his first season, so winning the league should never have been an expectation. Lee says, for me, at this point, it would be a dreadful bottle job. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's why because I want to know where everyone's mindset is at right now. Because I want us to win something. I expect us to win something. I'm with Savage on this one, bro. At least the final. At least the final.
And bro, I swear to God, if you ask me this question after Sunday and we had beat Man City, it's not no like win our trophies, win the Prem, bro. I
might ask it after. I might ask it depending on what
if we beat Man City on the weekend and then don't win the Premier League, bro, man, then don't talk to me. I might just delete all my channels, bro. I can't even lie, bro. I'm not trying to talk.
You say the Bun football, bro. We just
Bun football, bro. Yeah. I'll start gaming or something, bro. Because that's I won't be able to cope with that, bro. I won't be able to cope with that, because everything's too aligned, bro. Like, I mean, the only way that's gonna be able to is if like I ain't gonna say it, bro, but certain people get injured. Then I might allow him.
Well, we don't know the extent of what Bradley's and Ibu's one is, and I feel the Ibu one is it. Obviously, there's some people saying it's not bad. Obviously, I listened to Slot's press conference today, and he was just like, obviously, he hasn't. They're still being assessed in it, so he didn't give anything away. But they asked, will he be ready for Sunday? And he was like, not sure, but obviously Ibu couldn't really walk.
Yeah.
And I've seen some people say, nah, it's not It's not bad. I'm always wondering who's getting these information, bro. Where are they getting it from? Because
put it this way: if the manager doesn't have the information, none of us can get it. It's what it is, bro. Let's be honest, bro. Yeah. The man who runs the team doesn't know, but everyone else can know.
Yeah, because he said he just come off of the training ground, innit? So obviously they just had training. So, but look, we got Kwanzaa, we got Gomez utilizing the squad, man.
Yeah, and we got no excuse either, because even if, say, for example, one of them are injured, the centre backs, and then say another midfielder or something, or Salah or something like that, there's still no excuse, because we've already got an advantage in points at this point, and the other teams have got injuries too. So it's just, what's the difference? Man City got bare injuries. Arsenal's had injuries. Villa's had injuries. So we can't just fall off a cliff.
But we had these injuries and we didn't fall over a cliff.
No, exactly. So should be fine, bro.
Let's go to this part. Bear with me. Do this one here.
I put my stocks in winning the league early as well, bro. So I can't be doing this, bro.
Let's get to these quotes, man. So some of the quotes from yesterday's game. I'll flick through some of them so you can see. Not that one. So obviously 4 consecutive clean sheets as well from the game. That's crazy, you know, from our first 5 games. And without that little one counter attack, the little Virgil stepping in and Costas missing, you know, his header, I could have been 5 clean sheets in a row, you know. Yeah. So 3-1, 2-0, 1-0, 4-0, 2-0. We'll go back to that one in a minute. I told them to forget the shirt you are facing.
He worked on because Bradley didn't give a shit, bro.
Yeah, so don't worry about the shirt. Don't worry about the team name. He's just another man across from you, and you need to make sure you win that battle.
Yeah, that's somebody actually. Wait, one of the players said that as well.
Man said disrespectful. Nah, blood. Nah, trust this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Kelleher said the same thing. Kelleher said the same thing. Just like, oh, you knew that stepping up penalty, Mbappe was stepping up. He said, I don't look at who's taking the penalty. I don't care. It's just a penalty to me, which is right, bruv.
McAllister says we dominated the game.
Yeah.
You guys agree in the chat? Did we dominate? I think we dominated, man. As I said, I can't. Apart from the penalty, what else did they have?
Bro, the penalty was the shot on target, bro. We dominated the game, bro.
Fair enough. I thought Cohen was bored, and I may as well give my mate something to do.
I like the interview. That was on a thingy, innit? On CBS. It's good to see him have a bit of fun, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I know everyone was going to cook him about him giving away another penalty as well.
Yeah.
I felt confident. I saved 2 in the last week.
Look at him, man. I think Kelleher should just start wearing black from now on, though. All these little pretty boy colours are making man not rate you, bro.
He's saying if he wore black, man would take him serious.
Alisson looks serious. You know when Alisson wears all black with black gloves and that? It looks like he's ready to do a move and that. It's serious business, bro.
They were just better than us.
Man, this geezer's 47 years old, but you're only gonna get honesty from him.
Why does he, bro? I still to this day I don't even understand what kind of tutelage he was under, bro. Why does he speak as a matured man, bro?
His mom, bro. Sounds like his mom. I said, bro, this geezer, he doesn't give a shit, bro. Man's like, yeah, they just wanted it more than us, mate.
And then he was also saying that he felt like he was a scapegoat from the Euros. Yeah, scapegoat, my boy.
When it comes with the territory, bro, if you get bigged up at some point, they want the earth. It's a natural human way, bro. For some feels, bro. If you get bigged up too much, nobody likes it, bro. They like you. They like to be the ones who big you up in it. Once he gets past that, they're like, nah. Bring him back down, blood. Bring him back down the peg, bro. They love it, man. You saw what happened? Remember that happened with Virgil? Everyone rated him. Everyone wanted him. He gets to Liverpool. They're like, oh, I guess he'll be all right. Overrated for the price. Ends up being the best centre back in the world. And then I'm talking about not even a mistake, like a normal defensive thing where somebody runs past it. Oh, Virgil got ran past him. Like, you motherfucker, that's football. What are you talking about? You remember
every centre back on the planet has been run past once.
Remember when Perisic turned and Virgil slipped?
Yeah.
I swear that I should have wanted to hide in that weekend because it was pointless. Like everyone could see that he clearly slipped as well, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah, blood. Man, Perisic tore off his groin and that Van. Now, what were they calling him? Virgil Van Disney and that for a whole season?
Virgil Van Disney, bro.
Nah, blood. People just want to
disrespect. Nah, the disrespect, man. They couldn't wait to tear a man down, bro. Couldn't wait to tear him down. I'm just happy I'm on the pitch and I'm showing my quality.
Bad man.
Ryan Gravenberch. So far this season, man, he's been flawless, man. I feel that there's obviously some games he's not hit the same heights as all of his games, but I think you kind of take that with the territory, and you're not going to be at your best in every game. But as long as you can keep a good standard, and I think he's done that so far this season, man. Yeah, no matter who we played up against.
Bro, whoever he's had every game perfect, who's better than him in Europe at the moment? This season? No one. So it is what it is.
No one. I don't think no one. Yeah, no one. No one's
really... I know everyone's going to try and make up players now.
Like, you're going to speak about your preference in it, but from like quality-wise, there's...
Position he plays this season, bruv, no one... After all these games so far, no one's been better than him. It's just what it is, bro.
Where the other ones go? It became a one big rondo on the pitch, if I can say that.
Yeah, it's true, man.
Man said the game was too easy for the man then, bro. They were just, you know what I mean? There was one moment, I think, around about the 78th minute, and I felt like they were just like, all right, just keep the ball now, boys.
There's one part where Madrid tried to do the rondo thing in their box.
Yeah, bro, they were so lucky.
It ended with Mendy trying to backheel it to Couture for no reason.
If Jones was switched on or even a yard in front, it was either a penalty or a goal.
Why did he backheel it to Couture, bro? I don't understand. I don't understand, bro.
So this one was asking about, is he like Tony Kroos? And he said, no, because he's Dutch. And he's not German.
He said it and walked off, bro, from the press conference. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, man took that seriously. Took that to heart, bro. What do you mean? Don't compare him to a German player, but compare him to the Dutch man then, bro.
Yeah, man. Don't compare him to one of the best who just finished his career already as well, man. Just let him be Gravenberch, bro.
And this one's from today as well, man. So people only talk about injuries if the results are not there.
Yeah.
Arsenal and them man there, bro. When they were winning, all of a sudden they had injuries, blood.
It's because they asked him, do you think like people are underrating Liverpool's injuries compared to everyone else's? And he said, well, to be fair, they only ask people only. I think the problem is if you're winning, then people don't mention it. So.
Yeah, because I feel like going into that game, into the Arsenal game, it's just like, and like, does these guys not know that we've got like some mad injuries as well in our team?
They don't
discarded like Allison, discarded Jota, discarded Elliot, discarded kids. It was just discarding everyone that the team. Like, nah, you might not know of injuries.
I think I'm realizing as well with content creators and that, because everyone's over the last year, everyone's gone from covering their own team to covering every team in it to get more views and all.
Yeah,
but it means that like it's not natural to have that much time in the day to watch all these games, so they're not watching them all. So, because I hear people talk about, say you're on a panel with someone who's from a different team, I'll hear people talk about one of our players, and I'm like, I watch this person every week, and the way you're saying our player's balling out, we know he's not balling. So you're just saying stuff because you check the stats in it. Like when Salah was having rubbish games but scoring, and everyone agreed at the time that he's not playing very well. When we were doing videos with like Arsenal fans or someone else talking, or what, like, yeah, Salah right now is. Look, I'm like, what? What are you talking about? That's not true, bro. But that's the wave, isn't it? People don't really know about Liverpool like that. So that's the reason why they don't rate our injuries either. Because they would just assume that the people that we have injured, we don't use them anyway. When we do. We really do use them. Yeah. So they won't take Jota's injury serious because they're like, nah, they play Nunes anyway, not knowing that Jota was starting.
Jota was starting until he was injured.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the reason, bro. Because they want to rate Rodri being injured, but if we mention him injured, they're like, nah, but it's not the same as Rodri. Why?
Nah, it's the same, bro. They're still being assessed. Let's wait and see. So that's from today as well.
I don't like the concentration on that photo, but continue.
I know. It's not me, blood. Blame the other guys. It's not my one. You know what I mean? I can't claim it, blood. I can't claim it. Claim. I would have went with a not a darker shade, bro. I think they went with too much of a gloss on it. But
yeah.
Next 5 games, man. It feels like at this rate, bro, we're just breaking down 5 games. Every after we play like 3 games, they go our next 5. City, Newcastle, Everton, Girona, Fulham. That's the next 5, man.
5 wins, bro.
We need them 5 wins, bro.
I think it is 5 wins. I think it is.
So we got what, 2 home games and 3 away games. So we got the Fulham home game, Man City home game, and then we got 3 away games. So we're in Newcastle. That's not too far, to be fair. And then the other one's pretty much a home games, only across the road anyway. And then Girona, obviously we're leaving the country. But yeah, I don't think we have to travel really far, even with the next 2 home games.
You probably, to be fair, you can get to Girona quicker than you can get to Newcastle, bro. So is it that? I don't. St James's Park away is never the greatest place to go, but our record there's still pretty good. I think we'll win all them games, isn't it? I actually think Newcastle's the hardest game out of all of them, and I don't even think it's really hard. I just think they're aggressive in it.
We have to be kind of on the game. We can't just go into the game and just go, oh, we're just going to allow them to bully our players. We have to go in there and probably just play our football, keep the ball away from them, and probably create the opportunities we need to go and win the games, bro.
Yeah, but I think we'll win. I think there's 5 wins there, man. Dustin, Fulham are good, but styles make fights in it, and the way Fulham plays into our hands. Whereas Newcastle, it's St James's Park in it, so when their fans are behind them at St James's Park, bro, I know they lost to West Ham, but I don't even know how they lost that game. So if they get aggressive, then it's a long in it. But I think we can. And yeah, you're right. Girona, we should rotate because we're good in the Champions League now.
Pretty much, and I feel Wataru and all of you guys can get those minutes there, man. Get those minutes there. But Sav, big up, man. Appreciate you jumping in. Chat, big up to them as well. Back tomorrow, man. I think it's scheduled for around, I say 12:30, maybe 12 o'clock. I think it's like midday. Maybe it is. I would have to double check. You guys already know. You're going to be redirected to it anyway. Yeah, man. We'll look at how we can probably beat Manchester City, man. They're in the dumps. We're on a high. But obviously, we know they still got qualities. They still can hurt us. So we have to try and figure out a formula or a system to try and beat that team as well. But once we beat that team, I will have some serious questions to be asked, man, because I don't feel like you can now sit on the fence. If we win that game, I don't think there is a lot of fence sitting after that.
Was it 11 points after that game?
11 points. I feel like you're going to have to say, do you believe? And I think the questions have to be straightforward, man. Do you believe we can win this league? You know what I mean? If we fail at this point, what does it mean for the gaffer? You know what I mean? It has, I think, because he could be, his success could be the detriment for him as well. Because if he's doing this well, there's an expectation then. Because everyone's always saying the expectation changes, right? Yeah. So if the expectation changes and he doesn't hit the heights that he should be hitting based on where he's sitting at the moment.
Yeah, I'd say. I think if everyone else, well, say Man City really, if Man City done well as well up until now, the pressure would be off him. Because Man City likely would be, if Man City played how they normally play, they'd likely be either level with us or a point behind or something like that. Because they're not. It's the name of the game, isn't it, man? Yeah, I mean, and Slot won't have any excuses. So why should I, bruv? Like, we got a great team. I already believed in our team. I picked our team to win the league last season and we didn't. There was a race up until a certain point. We won a trophy though, so I'm on the same wave. I actually don't understand where this thing comes on when people go, you can't expect him to win a league in his first season. This league's 9 months, bro. What are you talking about? Or 10? What do you mean I can't expect him? If we walk into a team with great players, I can.
Yeah.
If you walk into a team with scrubs, like if you walked into Everton's squad, I just want you to stay safe. Yeah, but you walked into a team where I believe,
especially if he can even, get some players in as well in January, for an example. And as I said, we still haven't even seen Chiesa yet, so that's an added form. That's an added formula there that no one's seen yet to cause another bit of issue for other teams as well. I'm hoping he's fit for Man City.
We'll need him in December as well, 100%.
Yeah, to him to rotate.
I think even one player in January, but not like some half-hearted player who would like test people in the squad. One player makes a massive difference to this squad. Yeah,
if it is Zubimendi, the one that people are asking for, if it is, I don't know, a centre back for an example that people are asking for, if it is one of the attackers, you know what I mean? If it's Shirky or Mamouche, whoever it may be, I feel like someone that can come in and go, let's kick on from here, man. Because I don't think there will be any problem if the team went out there and smoked up and won 2 trophies in terms of the Premier League and the Champions League. Even if you weren't getting all the minutes that you was expected to get or whatever it may be, I don't see how that harms you in any way, because I feel like there will be such harmony in the squad and just joy because we've gone and won the double or whatever.
I think a new player raises the levels a little bit. When you start feeling a little bit tired, that's what Diaz happened. When Diaz came in that time, everyone got excited again, and then we went on and tried to get 4 trophies, and we nearly got it. So I'm here for it still. And yeah, listen, if Man City don't turn up on if they, bro, I promise, bro, this could be it could be bad, bro. And I think that is the final message to send out. You can't get a stronger message than mashing up Real Madrid than mashing up Man City back to back. You can't, bro. There's no teams left. They're all the best teams, bro. If you mash them up, bro, like I'm not, and I might stop talking to man who don't think we can win the league at that point too, blood. So if I ask you if we can win the league, you say no after we beat Man City, I'm kicking you off. Kicking you off the channel too. I'm gonna give me the login. I'm gonna kick man off if they say we can't win the league. But
no, we'll win it. We'll find out, bro. Because that's what
carry no passengers this season, blood. You know what I mean? Press ups and have some chest about you, blood.
I think that will be the question on the day, man. And Carl, you have to wait till tomorrow, man. I think that's the news, in it. That's why they moved the press conference to today, because apparently that Virgil will be making the signing his contract tomorrow. So they wanted to kind of free that day up. That's the word on the street, Carl. Do I know it's true or not? I don't know, bro. But everyone's gonna pretend they do. We have to wait and see, man. We have to wait and see. Because if tomorrow Virgil signs, bro, I expect the other guys to sign after that.
Yeah, they asked him after the game and he said, I ain't talking about that. So
yeah. All right, man. Sav, do you have any videos coming up today or tomorrow? Bro?
Probably got a wrestling prediction video tomorrow, and then watch along on Saturday, and then that's it, man. I don't think I'm around on Sunday, to be fair. So I don't know why I'm watching the game, but yeah, apart from that. Yeah.
Should be good, man. Let's see what happens, man. But yeah, guys, listen, man, back tomorrow for the preview. We'll chop it up then. And then the call-in on Sunday. But as I said, it will be an interesting one, bro, because there are going to be some difficult questions asked, man. Because if we win, I think we have to, stand up and be accounted for. But hey, guys, go and enjoy the rest of the evening, man. Catch you guys in a bit. Peace.